Hello and welcome back to another episode of the E-flite Beechcraft D18 project, and today we're going to talk about masking off the canopy. So I have the canopy and the cockpit glued back together. For that I used foam tack, just ran around the perimeter there until I had good coverage of the foam tack, and just glued the plastic canopy back to the foam. So everything is sealed up now and we're ready for paint. So I'm going to be using this yellow frog tape. And I've gone through and I've covered all the windows on the Beechcraft, and now I'm going to actually cut the masking tape around those windows, so when I peel it off, only the windows will be masked and I can go ahead and paint. To do this, I will use an X-Acto knife. It's best if you have a really nice sharp blade to do this. That way you actually cut the tape rather than kind of like tearing the tape. And then after, so you have it all taped, you got your new X-Acto knife out. What I like to do is run the X-Acto knife perpendicular, or at least as much perpendicular as I can, to the window surface, and actually just go around and trace the outline here. Let's just try to go around the edge here, and you have to kind of watch where the window is and where the canopy, the silver is, and just kind of run around the perimeter there. Go ahead and peel that off. There we go. Just stick that off to the side, and then kind of take a look at it and just see, okay, did I get any coverage, or do I gotta rework a little area here like I do right there, and do a little touch up around here. Go. Okay. So what's nice about, at least on the Beechcraft, is you have that dark interior with the silver canopy frame. So it makes it relatively easy to see the difference between what is window and what is canopy. If this was a very dark surface with a dark window, it'd be very difficult to tell. But if you just continue going around, let's go ahead and just cut the next set of windows out here. We won't do all of them on camera here, but at least give you an idea. Okay, so we just run around there. Got a little bit of lift in the tape, so we'll go around. Okay, and I've cut some of these out already, so this will go a little bit quicker here. I'm gonna do this one here. Okay. Just run right along the window frame until we have the perimeter already cut out. Okay, so then I come back up this way. Go. All right, and with that, I should have this ready to come off. Okay. Like I said, some of these I already cut in advance to kind of speed this up just a little bit here. But go ahead and remove the masking tape. Sometimes it helps to use the X-Acto knife to get a little bit of lift out of the mask there. Okay, and then just push down any areas that lift around the window. Just go ahead and use your finger and push those back down, because you don't want to get any overspray on the windows themselves. So you end up with quite the collection of tape over to the side. You get an area that, like this area here, that didn't quite cut down deep enough. You just run the X-Acto knife back over. There we go. There. Okay. Stick that down. Pull up this. Yep, once again, I got an area that didn't quite get the tape all the way cut. So we just run back over it again. Use a little bit more pressure. Especially this happens if you got more layers of tape. Sometimes you got to go back over it a little bit, but you just work your way very slowly around the perimeter of all the windows. And there's quite a bit of windows on the D18 to work around. And once you are done, you'll be ready to paint. So you just this is kind of a tedious process. It just takes time, but eventually you will work your way all the way around, in which the plane is now done and ready for masking. So, all right, let's see if I can grab a couple more of these here. All right, there we go. So I had most of that started already, but now you can see that all the clear glass surfaces of the canopy are now fully masked off. And what's kind of nice about this one, because of the fact that I'm doing a warbird and chips are pretty common on an aircraft like that versus a privately owned airliner, anywhere that I get a little bit of silver paint from the existing paint kind of showing through when I painted it blue and take all the mask off, it will actually look good for kind of that chipping that happens around the window frames there. So you want to be as close as you possibly can, but on the other hand, it will actually work well if you have a little bit of kind of mismatch there between the tape and the glass, just so that you get a little bit of that silver chipping around there. And I'll work on touching that up a little bit with some blue paint when I'm done, just so you kind of get a more accurate look of that. But for the most part, it's pretty easy to do. You just take your yellow tape here, go around all the canopy, and just cut it out with a sharp X-Acto knife, and now this is ready for paint.